If you're new here, I'm Kanita, and if you're already watching this channel, welcome back. Now we are going to watch 5th episode of the series Haunting of Hill House. So let's get to it. Let's go. Alright. Last one for today. This is pretty quiet. Yeah, the left earphone. It's barely working. So we start right away from the opening. I mean, yeah, that's just like an anime, right? It's called an opening. I just thought about it, but yeah, usually we had last times we had some kind of scene in the very beginning, but now it's just these statues right away that look very horrified. I thought it could be like a representation of a previous family that lived in the house and like something horrible happened to them, like we assume, and it seems like the statues are in the red room. And when they said Nellie's dancing in the red room, right, that's when she died, and they kind of all felt it actually. But maybe she killed herself earlier? When he woke up, look, during like in the facility, right, with his holding his neck and saw the spirit of his sister. I thought she was still alive at this point, right? Yeah, I think she was. Okay, flashback time now. The first night. So the very, very first night in the house, and there was already paranormal stuff happening. Okay. See, I was very wrong when I said, oh, it's when they open the red room, the paranormal stuff starts happening only then. No. Maybe something else. Dude, your first night in a new house, you're sleeping with your teddy bear, and there's bound to be some horrible, scary bullshit. Yeah. That's so horrible. And especially since they are kids, they can't just get up and pack and leave. Like, even adults can't sometimes, right? Like, I would even think there was some kind of intruder, to be honest. Bent necked lady. Bent leg, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh, that was the next night already. Okay. It felt like it was like a few nights happening already, like a while. Scene from the very first episode. And I remember it cut off with that lady hanging like over her again. And it is Nellie's episode, like I thought. Oh. What about other kids? I think we'll have to remember that. Because also, like then the mom died, and now in the present we have Nellie dying, probably kind of in a similar way, right? So we have some kind of connection and parallel between them. And Nellie also might, even though Theo does have some special abilities, Nellie might be the most sensitive just like her mom, and maybe even more. But then, like, mom left, bent neck lady appeared. I remember that. Are we going to see like some more than that? If it was like realistic explanation, like in case with Kelsey, it would be like the ghosts are representations of the family. But yeah, I said it before, like their family seems all nice, unless we are getting a lot of unreliable narrators. Yeah, the lady. And then she just. No, she's still there. It's from fear. Or is it like a sleep paralysis? That is something that happens in reality. And she was still experiencing it growing up. Yeah, that's what I said. Mm. I see. Thankfully, I never had sleep paralysis, but I heard horrible things about it. Yes, I'm really scary things. hmm Oh, that's what her dad told her. And what does it mean? She looks thankful. Dude, some doctors really like. He wants to ask her. It is her husband, right? Like her future husband here, I suppose. I only saw him for like a little bit, so I wasn't sure. That's a bit unprofessional. Like if they do have a relationship, but uh, yeah, but they really do have seem to have some tension. I mean, it happens. So that's how she met her husband, and he was the one who maybe like helped her a bit with the stuff she was experiencing, as he is a sleep technician. And maybe that was like the better part of her life. But then maybe something happened, like he died or they broke up. And she was kind of fell off again, so to say. Happy New Year. Uh-huh. Oh, a ring! Dude, that's dangerous putting it into something she drinks, so it's okay. That's maybe a bit better than if it was food, I suppose. I don't like proposals, especially public ones. I think it's something you just talk about, but I know it's a tradition in USA. So she has it again. Does it make her like feel better that? Wait, does it escalate? Oh, so she was really okay for a while, but now it's coming back. At least there's someone here to help her. Someone supportive. He doesn't see anything, so that's something only like for her. You know that really helps. There's someone you feel like protecting you and helping you and is understanding. So that's that really helped her. So I guess the question is how we get to the point where she got sucked back into the house and was killed. Why did paranormal start like that? Mm, getting more aggressive, I suppose. That's the dad, right? He looks so sad. Am I mistaken? But I think that's him. Her dress is so pretty. Well, she is very pretty, and her husband seems to be a very nice person. So that is a very happy moment for her. Ah, they're gossiping. Or like to realize, right? Oh gosh. So she would have to move. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, at this point he was pretty bad off. Or how do you say it? He did come, but yeah. seem to have a very sweet brother and sister relationship. And I remember he was coming to her when she was scared from Bent Neck Lady too. She seen her mom. Oh, that's actually kind of sweet, kind of ghost. You know, mom is looking okay. She's standing near dead, like being happy at her wedding. So it's not like the scary kind of one. So she and Luke were the most affected. They had more like constant visions and stuff. The older kids were more okay. They kind of experienced less. Again, could be 8 months later. Could be because of the sensitivity thing. Some had more, some had less. Could be because of age. Like maybe little kids are more sensitive. What again? Like if it really was a sleep paralysis, could it be like actually cured? Like 8 months. Okay. At least she doesn't have it that often anymore. I think she said like, did she have it like every night? Did the lady attack him? She killed him! That's when it all went off. So the entity is aggressive, right? But why did it decide right like act up now? Become more aggressive? I think he, oh gosh. What the fuck? And maybe that's the present. That's when she goes to the house and gets murdered too. Through like suicide. Because I don't, did we get the news about his death? They didn't talk about it. And his neck was also bent. So she killed him off. So she can get to her easier. I don't know. 2 years. I wonder, like, why? What is the rhyme or reason? Mm-hmm. Yes. So in this case, the entity latches on people and follows them out of the house. And she had it the worst out of all. I felt like it was implied. Maybe that was just my impression, of course. Mrs. Dudley is also a bit of a mystery. And when they interact with the objects that people interacted with before, they kind of connect with the spirits more. Let's see. Oh, and the man in a bowler hat. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the family was recent. So now she's connected to Jacqueline. How Luke is connected to the man in the bowler hat. Hmm. She did something wrong? Did she really do that? I feel like no. She didn't. Oh, she's having a migraine. What? Still. So Jacqueline did it. Oh, she's going to check how it was. Is she going to see Jacqueline? She already had her gloves by then, also. Yeah. Oh, there's more. What does it say? Something creepy, I bet. Come home, Nell? That's so strange. I mean, she did come home. Oh, is this when she called her dad? Oh, she also met up with Luke. Wait, okay, let's see. Let's see what timeline is this. I remember she called her dad from the car before she went to the house and took her life. Or died. Yeah, that's some other time. Did she drop him off also by the facility? I think they implied that she did. Yeah, I think that's the timing. So 3 months ago, I think. Mm-hmm. I mean, even without paranormal stuff, understandable, it would be hard. She felt like she found her person, she was happy with him, he was nice and supportive, and then he's just dead. Ah. Didn't you want to go to the facility? Ah. He wants to do it one last time before getting into facility. And he does look unwell right now, right? I wonder if he got beaten up because of that. Not because someone wanted to rob him, but it was people he was owing money. No. Then you should stop right now. Well, you kinda did bullshit her. She thought she's taking you right there to the place, not to the dealer. Because he saw too. Ah, poor girl. Oh, okay. Okay, so $200 would give. Mm-hmm. I would understand the phrase get well as like get off the drugs, not get high. Strange phrasing. He kind of pressured her though. And isn't it dangerous for her to go there? I don't know. But in the present, they said she dropped him off at the facility and seemed to believe in him. Maybe it's another event? Oh, it's also raining, gosh. Why? This do they have it in their mouths for safekeeping? If that's when I think it is, then it's 3 months before shit goes down. What is this medicine? Did you feel like this medicine? Makes her see things or something. I don't know. Mm. That's so he prescribes the medication, and she felt like she felt the need to throw it away. And bent neck Letty appears when something bad happens to her. I feel like moving into the new house is also something bad, scary. Her husband dying and that emotional moment with Luke. It's Arthur's. Where he fell. Where his neck was bent and. Yes. Mm-hmm. To see it. Yeah, she kind of forced her hand and. Mm. That's when they moved already. thought she was pretty caring about her siblings. You know, Theo is also doing her best. She got a job and everything. It's okay to rely on your family sometimes. I understand Ellie's really distraught, but yeah, okay. And like he didn't experience that, but he experienced the effects of that. So he's searching for that paranormal. Mm-hmm. As we saw in the first episode. All personal questions, guys. I don't think that he doesn't believe. I feel like he wants to find it. That's really fucked up. Maybe I was wrong about him. I guess she doesn't. She threw them away. I feel cold too. Is that where she got an idea to go there? I mean, he had good intentions, I think. He's a realistic person, doesn't like believe in paranormal. The idea behind it, I think, is reasonable. Like, if it wasn't for paranormal, I think it would be reasonable to confront something that scares you from the past and see, oh, it's not really like as scary as I thought. Oh, she has another cup with stars. Come home, Nell. So they kind of wanted to include her in their ghost family. So she went back to the house and then something like killed her. The entities. Because she came home and they took her in and she became an entity there too or something like that. So that's about when she called her dad from the car or something. Oh, the locket from her mom. Oh, wait, no, that's the clock. The locket had two faces, no clock. So that's another locket. It had something written on it, but it was too little. Oh, it's like their family. Ah, it's when they were running away from the house. The amount of paranormal experience do seem to depend on age with these kids, though. It looks like Steve really had like almost nothing. Nelly had the most. Even though they still are twins. Well, that was pretty fast what she saw. Oh, so it was locked right up until the end. How did they get into the red room? Maybe she's the younger twin. Coming back to what I was saying before, so she... No, I feel like... yeah, but both twins had it pretty bad with the like visions and as he said, like he called mom crazy. She said, so mom had like a lot of these experiences as well, I suppose. That's the hotel they stayed in. Is this 6, 7? Like Luke told her. That her. Like in her case, I would also be super scared to kind of go to sleep, to fall asleep. She has it again, even in the hotel room. Can she close her eyes at least? Look? What the? Okay, that was unexpected. We know he's okay and alive at this moment. Wait, he came back to the hotel room and the kids. Ah, no, they're here. Not quite. It's blood on him all over. Yeah, no wonder that they got the cops or whatever suspected that he killed her. Well, he went in, something happened, because if he just saw a corpse, he wouldn't be all blooded. And he looked very, like, shell shocked. Like, don't you hate it when adults aren't straight up with you, right? Ah, so that's the clock locket. Two. Is it like 2 p.m.? Yeah. Ah, that's yeah, that's from the first episode. But I understand why he declined. He was in like a dialogue with another person, and here too, it happens. Like they don't know how important it is. Mm-hmm. Be- because she saw him on the ceiling. Maybe that's also the night where her spirit said go. Like they saw each other, right? It's like it's these last few days, last 2 days. So we are gonna see like what happened to her and how what killed her. Not yet though. It happened in the house, I suppose. They said she went back to the house, and she can because it's still owned like by their family, I assume. That is really scary, right? Even even if it wasn't anything paranormal, I would be scared if all the lights went off. Girl, it's getting worse, isn't it? Poor Nelly. Her life is a nightmare. I mean, you could even understand if it was suicide after she like felt she can't live like that anymore with these visions and stuff. What now? It's like 1 a.m. The house. Yeah, no difference. Night, day, it's still haunted and scary. But yeah, I think in the night it is much scarier. Did you play the game? I think something of Edith Finch, was it? Oh, Hell House. Something of Edith Finch. Where she also went back to the house. And it was actually not paranormal. I feel like in the end it was about child neglect. But it was framed in a bit of a paranormal way in places, and how she walks into the house and remembers their childhood and stories of all the children that lived there, and there was just like a few generations there too. But yeah, again, I feel like here it really is paranormal. They are trying to show like the to parallel it with real practical life without paranormal, right? You could say some disorders that people might have from some trauma in the past, right? But in this case, it's clearly, and especially as Luke said, that I know she didn't commit suicide. She something killed her. I think he implied that, right? So even though it's real in the universe of this series. Yeah, that's I'm like looking for this moment. That's when she calls dead. And I thought at the moment that's because she decided to commit suicide, so she wanted to kind of say goodbye to him. Oh, the lights go on. Not really. It's like it is luring her in, and the phrase was, "Come home, Nell." So the house wants her. That's really sad. Yeah, I would say like this series is more sad than scary. To be honest, it's just yeah. You feel bad for all of them, and you, yeah. And they actually interact with her like, hmm. Ah, welcome home. So that's the imagination that the house gives you? Like you're here with your family and everyone is like. But it shows people as it remembers them. That's why the others are still like small and. Because I wrote it? Ah, and it also says you things that you want to hear? And that's how the house actually looks, kind of in contrast of what she sees, what is shown to us. So she's given a full-on illusion, and in that illusion I think the house will trick her into killing herself. I'm saying this because it wasn't like her decision, so it's kind of like more like murder. I'm curious about the story of the previous family. So it feels like it really is the house itself, and the previous family are also victims. Maybe became the entities, and that is going to happen to her too. And then she dances in the red room. First, you want her to dress for bed. Then you say we go to the reception. Go, make up your mind. Now it's okay. That's yeah. Things she wanted to hear from others. Okay, so the house can show visions of them grown up too. And how she wanted him to attend the wedding, so that's like he's now is in the kind of attire. Oh, and her husband Arthur. Her smile falls now, though. Now she's like completely hypnotized. And that's how she was dancing, but we saw her dancing alone. So House wants her to stay. He wants to eat her soul, capture her soul. Probably that's the idea that the house itself really is alive, like they were talking. And it wants to trap people inside itself. Poor girl. Hopefully, at least she dies while hypnotized and like doesn't realize what's happening. That's all I'm hoping for. So that's the it. If it's the red room, why does it look like a garden? Did they make her walk off some kind of cliff or something, or out of the window? Does she come to now? No, she's just in the middle of the room. Oh, Abigail. Okay, so she's still under illusion. It's just a different scene. Well, it's nice that Abigail is also included in the tea party. But I guess it's easier for the house to trap the like, most sensitive people, people who are less like Steve, Shirley. Steve like experienced the least. They are more okay. They're kind of living normally. Oh, remember they were saying that he has to fix something here so people wouldn't hang or something, and she saw people hanging. Oh, the locket. So the locket will be the noose, so she can. They made her hang herself. Oof. I wondered how, like, is this exactly what Thea saw? Wait, she's still alive. Oh, that's a long death. So, bent neck lady is her. Was she seeing her own face when she saw bent neck lady? That's interesting. Because we never saw bent neck lady's face. What is this like prediction of your fate? Now I feel like confused. Maybe if the bent neck lady she saw was her future, like how she is going to die. But yeah, we never saw the face, but now I think the sequence implied that's the case. Because remember when also Theo touched mom and she saw, I feel like her future, how mom looks when she's dead, when she dies. And but Theo only felt things when she was touching them, usually, right? That's when she sees things, so she can protect herself with the gloves, while Nelly is more sensitive and without touching anything, she always sees it. And so she saw, actually, maybe when she was small, she didn't know how she's going to look. Obviously, when she's an adult, she might have not recognized herself, actually. So that was just some lady. But as she got older, and maybe when she got a better look at the bent neck lady's face, she saw that. I feel like on that night with Luke, I feel like maybe that was also the first time she saw her own face in bent neck lady's face. That's why the psychologist felt like she isn't telling something. There was something more, and I guess that is what was that more. And then she kept seeing it more and more often because she was getting closer to that fate, um, which is again so it is curious, but that means the visions are different because some of them are people of the house, it seems like, with bowler hat man, right? This seems like a vision that shows your future. There's also Abigail, that's just like a separate person that Luke was talking to. So there's a lot. And with these 5 episodes, we got to learn the story of Nelly, so to say, and what exactly happened here. So it was completely paranormal. She was tricked into hanging herself here, and there were some hints for like something like this happening. Even mom said like I see a lot of like hanging bodies there, but at least thankfully now others don't seem to be going towards that route, but it feels like maybe the house, as I said, wants to claim people, and maybe Nelly was the easiest prey, and Luke was being tormented quite a lot as well, and they have a connection. So I think he would be the next victim. So House shows, it lures you in, it shows you what you want to see, some dream fantasy for you, and then it kills you, like showing it off as suicide. So it claimed mom. Then as again, it seems to be important that you are more sensitive to this stuff, so you kind of respond to the house, and when you do respond, the house is like, oh, you see me, you hear me, you feel me, so I want you to be a part of me, because with those who were, it kind of feels as in this family it feels a bit like okay, Luke, we have Luke. I was going to say like it's more like women have this gift, and men kind of don't, but I guess yeah, because maybe Steve, it does show Steve is the oldest, I think, I suppose, as I understood, right? So he experienced almost nothing. Then Shirley is a bit younger. She experienced something, but I guess like not enough. So they maybe it was easier for them to write off this as some childhood experiences that was just like vivid imagination and being nervous about being in this big old house that is a new place for them and stuff like that. And for then we go younger with Theo, it's only when she's touching something she experiences it, even though she had some more experiences like someone being in bed with her. So she's a little bit more understanding of her younger siblings who experienced the brunt of it, they say, right, like the most of it. And that seems to be like the mom Nelly, they were so sensitive, they were the victims at first, but so many years have passed since the house claimed mom, and now well, obviously you could say, oh, it's because Nelly came home. And it's interesting how the house told her to come home ages ago, and it always obviously meant itself. So it already knew she's going to leave and already was trying to call her back. Have like the powers of also looking into the future. There are a lot of questions, but I think in the end, what I'm going to conclude it with, that yeah, the house itself, that the grounds seems to be some kind of haunted place, as the mom was saying, like the house is a live thing, right? How she imagines it. And so in this case it is quite literal. It is a live thing. So what I'm curious about is the story of the previous family, what happened to them and how. So it feels like they were living for quite a while there, but then something happened and kind of house claimed all of them too. And also about Dudleys, like how they kind of live with this living situation, right? How do they avoid this? Are they just so unsensitive that they are okay. I don't think they realize something is off, and they stay off the grounds in the night. So I guess in the night it's stronger. Phew. Okay, that was pretty interesting. I wanna check right away how many episodes are there, because I feel like it must be more than five, right? There's still a lot of mysteries that we need to uncover, a lot we need to be told about, and I feel like the story of the siblings isn't over yet. I feel like the house will try to get all of them, maybe. Let's see, The Haunting of Hill House. I have 10 season 1, 10 episodes, so I watched only half of season 1. But yeah, wow, that was quite a ride, actually. The first episode was pretty interesting, the second episode was kind of okay, but the episodes I watched today, third, fourth, and fifth, that picked up so much. And I feel like because the first, we started from the person who experienced the least, so we kind of got to see the least, so to say. Then we got Shirley. It was also just like, some little tidbits. And then we started really getting into it. Theo, Luke, and finally Nellie. So it was kind of this kind of escalation. And it was clear that each episode was dedicated to a specific sibling. So I'm curious to see like what happens with the next 5 episodes. How are they going to be like dedicated to someone specific, also in some kind of order, maybe to the members of the family that lived here before, or it's going to be a different approach now. But yeah, I feel like I really enjoyed these 3 episodes, and this is something fun to watch for Halloween, right? But now I also have to edit all of this and post all of this, so you can also watch it still on Halloween, and also prepare like tea party in my red room for my mom and sister with Halloween menu. So lots to do, and I think I'll go for now, because also like my thoughts are a bit jumbled after all of this, so much happening. But if you want to share some thoughts and we can discuss something, please do so in the comments down below without spoilers, of course. That would be it for today. So thank you for watching, and see ya.